Tonight we got on Prince DJ himself, Deshon Porter. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Talking Junk.
I'm your host, Jason Melendez.
Live now every week on Fridays.
Talking Junk.
A multitude of professionals in different aspects, different walks of life.
You have to come on and talk junk like a normal person.
Welcome to Talking Junk, the podcast that comes to you live every Friday night from YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. I am your host, Jason Melendez. I'm here to tell you two things. One, we're sponsored by Excalibur. Heaven's Pantry Excalibur is the vegan brownie that you want for all your snack and energy needs. 6 ingredients, 100% vegan. Go find you some. Get it on Amazon right now. Get your first order 20% off when you use HP Street. Then, if you like it, which I know you will, you come back, you buy some more, you use Talk Junk 69, and you get 10% off every order after that. Also, we are also sponsored tonight by Dizzle Brand Premium Liqueur. All right, this is a cognac tequila concoction with big hints of mango, small hints of lemon, lime, and orange. It'll definitely I haven't even drank yet. It got me stuttering. It will definitely knock you on your ass, but it mixes well with everything. Everything. Just like our guest tonight, the king of Podfest 2022 himself, the host of the Big D Zone podcast, Mr. Deshon Porter, a.k.a. Prince DJ. How you doing tonight, Prince?
Hey, Jason. It's been a while since Podfest. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine, man. How are you?
Man, I've been excited ever since I found out that I was coming on this show. And I got to tell you, that energy bars looked really good when I was watching the commercial. It looked really good.
They are wonderful. They're just like brownies, but they're vegan. 6 ingredients: almonds, cashews, dates. It's made with pure cocoa powder. It has I think it's coconut oil. I don't have my thing on the screen. Let me put it up for you for just a second.
All right.
Where is it?
And I'm not a vegan, and I probably might try it.
Right. I mean, I'm not a vegan either, but I eat them all the time. The kids love them. So, if they're kid approved,
wow.
They have to be certified.
Wow.
So enough about Excalibur. How are you doing? How's the podcast treating you?
Well, I just did a podcast today, even though in the middle of a heat wave, of course. Sometimes the heat in summer and also winter that doesn't go well with me. But other than that, striving and providing and trying to be the king of Big D country.
Right. I mean, you already are the king, right?
Exactly. That's right. I mean, go ahead. You're good.
You brought the crown all the way to Podfest, man. That's how we met.
That's right. You was in my meet and greet, my podcast meet and greet for the Big D Zone. We couldn't have it then because I was going to try to interview as many guests as I possibly can within the span of that time frame. But you came on.
You were working really hard at Podfest. I seen you had a bunch of interviews that day, and still found time to go into the conference rooms and participate in those classes that they were giving. Pretty impressive.
Sure did, because I want to give homage to the speakers. I mean, they worked their tail off, and they did their classes, and I also did a class or two at Podcast Movement, and hoping to do it again and be back on the, either a breakout room or my bucket list is to be on the keynote stage. That's my bucket list.
What would your keynote discussion be?
It's either now. I know I did a conference or not a conference. I know I did a class on adding comedy to your podcast at Podcast Movement in Nashville, but I want to do something continuing with the comedy aspect because I want to get more comedians under my belt as fast as possible. Because, hey, I may not be a father because God bless my wife, she wasn't able to have children, but you know what? I might as well be able to coach people, have them as comedians, make people laugh, and let them be famous if they wanted to, because I want to at least try to give something back.
Right. Now, what is your podcast about?
Let's just say it's a variety type podcast. A lot of times I do get rants, and I know how to get comical with those rants. I did a rant earlier where, now I used to make like when I was with my wife, and this was really surprising that I did this without crying. And I was doing like I was acting like a jury, not a jury, a lawyer, talking to a jury, doing opening argument. I was like, wow, where the heck did that come from? Because I know how to make it funny. And my wife enjoyed that. She really used to enjoy when I'd be a lawyer. And then this came way out of the blue when I was doing one of my rants. I also do a prediction during NFL season because it's so hard to follow baseball, basketball, hockey when it's a daily sport, especially with my depression at time. So I stick with something easy. Football is a weekly thing. It's Sundays, Thursdays, and Mondays. We're good to go.
So when did you get started in podcasting? Because it seems like you've been to a bunch of conferences.
Yes, I've been doing podcasting off and on since 2007, and I love it. Now they say that when you're depressed, you lose a lot of interest in it. Well, that's the only thing that is wrong because I still love the podcast. I still love to entertain.
It helps your depression at times. No, you meet interesting people, you have good discussions, and it kind of brings you out of that funk.
Yes, you got it. I mean, absolutely. I mean, even going to these conventions, which I try to do every year, except for when that stupid pandemic was here. Oh my God, that drove me nuts. That literally drove me nuts.
Now, we spoke a little bit at Podfest, and you told me and my wife about your wife, how she had passed. Did she do podcasting with you beforehand?
Oh, no, she did podcast before we got married, but she did help me co-host. She helped me co-host, and then, of course, everybody was getting into Facebook jail. So when I was in Facebook jail, she was instrumental in helping me not only get the word out about my podcast was coming on, but she helped get the word out to people on Facebook that I couldn't get to because I was locked up in Facebook jail.
Okay, so she was your social media producer.
Right, social media producer and co-host of the show, and my princess, my darling princess.
Well, if you don't mind, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you guys met?
Well, it's interesting. Now, a lot of times there's usually romance scams online, like different dating websites. Twitter is the worst, of course. I mean, there's a lot of them on Twitter. But just one day, I was with the Christian and the Disabled and Christian website, and I was able to talk with my late wife before we got married. And it just so happened it was on a Facebook Christian disabled dating group. Facebook of all places.
Wow.
I mean, who knew? But it's just so harder now because everybody wants money. Everybody wants a bad boy. And nobody want ugly old me and stuff like that. I mean, really?
Good guys finish last, Prince.
Exactly, exactly. But I met my wife on a Christian disabled dating group. Now, of course, we're not on there because we got married. We thought that we was going to stay married for eternity. But, but that dreaded day came in 2016 was awful. I mean, I didn't even know if I was still going to do podcasting. I mean, because when my wife died, that was my life.
Right.
She was my life. I mean, I didn't know. I still wondering how the heck I'm still even making it. I have severe depression. I have PTSD. I mean, I'm a wreck when it comes to certain things that made me remind me of my wife.
Right.
It just drives me bananas. I mean, who knows? Maybe the next time we come to Podfest or maybe podcast movement, you might meet me as a bald head. It's like, who's this dude?
I can't forget you. How could I forget you?
Yeah, that's right. Because I represented the crown, and now the cape is now part of my official how should I say it? Official attire when I come to these podcasting conventions. And that's another thing about podcasting convention. It lets you be yourself. It lets you be a character if you wanted to, if you portray that on a podcast. And I like that Spider-Man outfit that you have out there.
Oh, it's a hoodie. It's a little chilly in my house, and the vent kind of hits me right where my setup is. So I wanted to be as comfortable as I can right now.
Exactly, exactly. But yeah, I love my wife. I wish I could have. You know what? I wish you could have asked me about my wife. I could have sent you a photo of her before the interview. Darn it!
Oh yeah, then I could have put her up.
Darn it! Oh, yikes!
No, no worries.
Yikes!
We'll work something out, and I'll put her up on my Instagram if you send me something.
Yeah, I'll send you the photo that they had on her obituary, and then I also had a photo when we got married at the courthouse. And let me tell you something: the first time the PTSD struck me was at the courthouse when I had to had to deal with probate, and I had a bad case. Because as soon as we was entering, I was flashback to the wedding day. I actually even heard the guards were telling the security guards at the time, telling another person behind me, "Oh, it's okay, you're going to a wedding." And I remember that. I remember to that very special time. But the courtrooms was all upstairs. But we went downstairs. It didn't matter. I felt like I was getting ready to faint. I felt like I couldn't walk. It was
Right.
the worst.
PTSD is a son of a bitch because
It is.
I
It is.
understand
Oh my
what you're going
God.
through.
Oh, I mean, don't even think about going to the casino on Christmas time, because I went to a casino during Christmas time. Bad mistake. I said I wish I could have gone to the casino on a different day, because I didn't step out of my room. Try to get
It
to the
was too
bridge to
crowded for
go.
you. You started getting anxiety and stuff.
No. I didn't step out of my room, and what they were playing, I didn't even have chance to play. What they were playing, Christmas music. I had to run back a little bit.
Christmas music reminds you of your wife.
Ding, 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 ding. You won a prize. Johnny, tell him what he won. Exactly.
So do you
Exactly.
cover a lot of mental health on your podcast as well, to try to speak about all the strife you're going through?
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's covering it, but I do tell every time, like when I have a bad dream, because when I have bad dreams, I have to have it by myself. There's nobody tell me, "Oh, baby is okay," or "My friend is okay." I had to do that by myself, and it's hard.
Right.
And I mean, I had to struggle to this. Matter of fact, by the time I go to podcast movement, which is well, I'm leaving for Dallas on the 22nd to go to podcast movement, but that same week, it'll be the 28th and September 1st, the most terrible, terrible anniversary in the history of my existence on this earth. It'll be 7 years. 7 years. 7 years.
Yeah, I feel your pain, man. I got an anniversary coming up in a couple of weeks too. Me and my wife, we lost our son a few years back. So I do understand your pain, about depression, and about PTSD and everything. It does affect you when you least expect it. Sometimes in the most vulnerable times.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Especially at the most vulnerable times. I can't even. I won't even say my wife's favorite artist and everything like that because when he is mentioned when he is mentioned, I go ballistic and everything like that. I hyperventilate and I was on a back-to-back cruise. This was the last night of the ship. I was on my way to another show. Okay, they were doing karaoke, so on my way to the last night of the show. Now, some reason I had another episode when I was on a different cruise. Somebody was saying, I will always love you." I should have told the first one first because it will give substance to the story. But when I heard somebody say, "I will always love you," not even 15 minutes, I ran like I was on the blooming Titanic. That's how fast I ran. I was running for my life. But I couldn't run during the backhand of the story. A couple of years back, this was just on a single cruise. It wasn't back to back or anything like that. Already at a show. The theme was movie. They sent this lady to sing "I Will Always Love You." I don't know how the cat this happened. I don't know how the cat that my wife knew that I liked some of the female cast. But this girl saying "I will always love you" like my wife was speaking to her. And I lost it. I completely lost it. The person at the other side of me had to console me. I lost it. I completely lost it. I was done.
Right, I could just imagine. Well, how are some of the ways that you're coping with all of this that you're going through?
Oh my God. A lot of prayer. I'm not a perfect Christian, but a lot of prayer. Try to listen to videos, and I do play I do play game shows with Discord on Game Show Productions. So I'd like to give a shout out to Game Show Production fam. I am one of the senior admins, and there's more. We play different game shows like you've seen, like Pressure Luck, Wheel of Fortune, and different other game shows. You have to be an adult unless you're given special permission if you're like 13 or younger. But other than that, we try to have a fun atmosphere. Now, it's not perfect. It's not all perfect, but we try to have fun. Exactly. When we do have fun, it's like what I call a drama meal. Tasty and delicious.
So you just basically try to stay busy.
Well, I try to. Unfortunately, when I'm not traveling, I be stuck in my apartment because, especially with this inflation. And, well, the intro says different people in all walks of life. That's what I heard on the intro.
Right.
I'm in poverty, but in order for me to do things, especially like a Podfest or a podcast movement, I always have to plan. I can't even go out when I'm stressed out. And even with the heat wave we've just been through. We've been through a couple of dangerous heat waves.
Where are you that you're having a heat wave?
I'm in where the Gateway Arch resides, St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I don't know if it's because of the river. While we're by the river, because of the the heat is always being so bad, and I don't know. I just live here. That's all.
Were you born and raised in Missouri?
No, I can't tell you the state, but it's 2 letters NJ. They almost nearly tried to kill me, wanting me to live on $5 a month on food stamps.
$5?
I kid you not. I shit you not. $5 a month on food stamps. No lie. I am not
even
lying.
If you bought 5 boxes of ramen noodles, could you
Nope.
last a whole month with $5 food stamps?
That state wanted me to live on $5, and I was homeless off and on. Even with some kind of income, they wanted me to live on $5 a month. They tried to murder me.
So when did you make your way down to Missouri?
Well, it was when I was getting ready to get married. Of course, I was originally in Mississippi, and well, like I said, I was homeless. I had to move around, and this country is not built on homelessness. Unfortunately, they don't even have sympathy for the homeless. Unfortunately,
Tell that to all of
and
Daytona Beach.
exactly, exactly. That's why I try to stay in my apartment as much as I can. And of course, yes, they just raised my rent too. And
Yeah,
I only been
everything's
here.
going up, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've been here almost 3 years, and everything is just going up. I mean, it's just come to the fact that it's just ridiculous. And I'm trying to make it here, and I was trying to, you know, sell my course, but I'm not a marketer like you are. I mean, it's like my marketing is not
Oh,
going.
trust me,
I'm a better.
I'm no expert, man. I just try to get around. I help
Yeah.
out brands that help me out. That's about it.
You know what? I'm a better entertainer, better speaker than I'm a marketer. Because if I was a better marketer, I would not be struggling right now. I mean, I would be able to sponsor your show by now. So I would
I
be able to sponsor your show
I
for crying
appreciate it.
out loud.
I'd love to have some big D Zone commercials on Talking Junk Network.
Yeah. Well, actually, I would do the commercials not only for the show, but also for my course that I'm selling called Podcast World. It took 2 years in the making, but missed up all the depression and everything like that. And
Now, what
then
do you give on your course? What do you offer?
just simple, basic how to podcast, um, how to market. I do a lot different than the speakers that we heard of Podfest or even podcast movement. And then I also added my comedy, how to do comedy in the podcast. I also going to be adding more things to it. Like I'm going to add, the problems with freedom of speech being under attack. I might add that to the course, and I'm probably going to be adding monetization, monetize the podcast, that so that if they want to learn my style of monetization, they could do so once they purchase my course. And
Right.
so, I mean, it's kind of like my baby. Kind of like my baby. I mean,
When do you
you know.
usually do your podcast? Do you go live or do you record it first?
Well, actually, I do pre-record it. It's always pre-record, and the only time I go live is like, example, while I'm at a Podfest or doing a special, traveling postcards, which I do, and I do have YouTube videos of past. I also do hotel room reviews at some places too,
Okay. So you got a
and
lot going on.
yeah, I tried. I mean, I may not be professional, but I enjoy podcasting. I love it. I have a good time, and hopefully, I find success at it. I mean, I want to make it more than a hobby because, face it, with all the disabilities that I have, I mean, it's not a lot of prospects, especially in this inflation world.
Well, you definitely are going in the right direction, and you want to be the first big podcaster with some of your disabilities. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And
You-
and let me say this. I am running for Senate in Missouri. I am a Republican. Now I'm not a conservative because I'm
Okay.
struggling to. I'm struggling too. So maybe some of the conservatives might not like my style, but
So you're running for
uh,
state senate?
I'm running for the Senate that serves in Washington D.C. That used to that's the retiring Roy Blunt seat. He's retiring. I mean, nobody usually retires from Congress. So when that came up, I said, you know what? I have to take a chance. I have to take a shot, even though it may be a long shot, which it is because it's a very crowded race. They still have a lot of people running, and they're all still on the ballot. Nobody quit.
So when do you start
Nobody quit yet.
campaigning?
We're already campaigning now already. And my website is DeshonPorterForSenate.com. DeshonPorterForSenate.com. If people are listening in Missouri, I am pro-freedom. I am pro-life. I am pro-stimulus, of course. Now, the conservatives might not like it. But hey, I'm struggling too. There are times that I have not been without any food. I can't even travel anywhere without money. If I get out the door, I have to have money. If I have to have drinks, I have to have money. If I want to go to the park, I have to have money. So if I'm for stimulus, then I'm for stimulus. And yes, I am still a Republican. So there. So
Hey,
there.
I'm all for stimulus too. I need me one right now.
Exactly.
Now,
Exactly.
here's your website.
Yes, that's it. And you could donate to my website too. And by the way, I will also be running for either lieutenant governor or governor of Missouri in 2024 as well. So I'm kind of like a budding politician, but I'm trying to be one of the good guys.
Okay. So why don't you give
Yeah.
us your little pitch right now while we have a little bit more time left?
Okay. Well, I'll be glad to. Every voice, kind of messed up on that one. I'm excited. Every vote, every voice, the people speak. What that means? What that means is when you cast your vote on August the 2nd, you're voting for someone who will work hard. And if I go to November, if I'm elected in November, I will stay in DC till all bills are voted, and I will not go into vacation until all the bills are passed. They must be passed before I go anywhere. I won't even leave when they leave. I will stay my big head in DC. Because when you get somebody that is hardworking and that will help the people, I may not be an elite. I may not be an establishment. But you know what? I have heart.
Damn right.
Because I know that it's going to be a long, hard road. But you know what? Even if I'm not successful on August 2nd, in the words of Arnold Schwarzenegger, in 2024, I'll be back. Hey, I'm a comedian too.
And you will make sure the ballot is terminated.
Exactly. And
Now,
I was very happy.
Go ahead,
I'm
brother.
sorry.
No,
Yeah,
fine.
I was very happy about the Supreme Court and how they overturned Roe v. Wade, but I'm very disappointed about Low Joe. Low Joe went so low that he did an executive order to try to protect abortion. And abortion is wrong. It's murder. It's wrong. Come on now. When I heard the news that he was going to do that, I said, "Oh my God, really?"
I don't know, man. We may have opposing views there. I think a woman should have the right to do what she wants with her body, especially under crazy circumstances. Now, if you're just getting abortions like you are getting froyos and you have a punch card, you get a free abortion on your next one, it's a problem.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then see, at least I'm not like the other Republicans who don't respect other people's opinion. I will respect an opinion.
You all right over there?
Yeah, I'm okay. Oh, did we lose each other for a second?
No. You stopped suddenly, so I didn't know what happened.
Okay. I was gonna say I respect another opinion. I just won't be like, and some Democrats does it too. They like, oh, your opinion is way worse than mine, or it's better than mine, or something like this. Let's get into a fight and everything. No, that's not me. I only want to run on the issues, and if they want to vote for me, I accept and I will serve. But if not, there's always another election. But as long we gotta respect people's opinion, okay? We gotta respect people. We're in America.
Right. Well, Deshon, Mr. Prince, thank you for coming on. You were a wonderful guest, and it is my honor to bring the Big D Zone to Talking Junk Network.
Wait a minute, Jason. I hear your implementation. Oh wow, implementation. Whoa. I hear your invitation to come to the palace to be on the Big D Down is headed your way. Oh, it's right on your desk now. Bing. There you go.
Hey, whenever we can set it up, brother, I'd love to come swing by your podcast and be a guest.
Exactly. Likewise, and so I will give Jason more websites. So anybody who wants to follow, come be a resident of Big D Country, just like Jason. He is a resident of Big D Country. He is a citizen. He is a knight of Big D Country. Him and his wife, and the ladies are princesses. So it's been a pleasure being on your show, brother.
Man, the pleasure was all mine, man. It's an honor to have the King of Podfest on the show. And like Prince DJ said, go to Deshon Porter for Senate.com, cast your vote, make sure he gets all your support. And if you can't find it in your heart to go out to the polls, be sure to look for the Big D Zone wherever podcasts are listened to. Subscribe, share, comment. Show him some love.
Wait a minute. I got a special gift for you. I know a place where you could go to enjoy a fabulous show, Talking Junk Network. Whoa, Talking Junk Network. Jason is your man. Interviewing guests as long as you can. Talking Junk Network. Yay, Talking Junk Network. Yeah,
I'm definitely using that. I'm going to take those sound bites. I'm going to splice it up. I'm definitely going to use
Go
that.
ahead.
Thank you very much.
Go
I
ahead.
appreciate that.
Go ahead. You got my blessing.
All right, man. Thank you. Again,
You're
I appreciate
welcome.
you, man. Thank you for coming on. Until next time. Before I let you go, let me ask you one question. Did you get the invitation to the Podfest Global Virtual Summit?
Well, I know that I am trying to see if I could add another class. Now, I don't want to spoil it because I don't know if the class is going to be there, but I'm trying. The last one I try to get a class is I want to have a lot of interactions with the people who attend, because I want to make it fun for them. I don't do boring classes. No.
Right. I'm trying to be a speaker myself I'm gonna try to start off with this virtual summit.
Yeah, same here. I'm trying to do it again. I'm just addicted to it, man. I have an addiction.
I hear you. I'm addicted to podcasts too, man. Like I said, man, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
Anytime. It was a blast, and you know what? Talking Junk Network. Whoa, Talking Junk Network. Yeah.
Good night, Prince.
Good night. Peace.
Remember to tune into the Big D Zone every week. Catch the break room tomorrow night. We're going to talk about Pizzagate. Stay tuned for more Talking Junk Network.